Come in. Come in. Heck, knocking on my door this late at night. Kids. Fragile. Rivali, you're good with boxes, right, buddy? Come here. Come here. What does this say? Tell me. You're good with boxes. What does this say? Oh gosh. Oh, that's heavy. What could this mean? Are you nervous? Close a cucumber. Just take off this side. That's not Italian at all. Why, it's... I'm excited for this. Good morning, dreamers. My name is Ren and welcome back to Ren Draws Disney. And today I'm doing my very first unboxing. I'm so excited to share this with you. I have recently invested in a professional tool for the first time. My husband was incredibly generous and he agreed that it would be a good investment for us and for the channels. And we are going to be opening it and kind of turning it on, messing around with the settings, seeing what we can do. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited, so I don't want to talk too much. Okay, so I had to change the camera situation just a little bit because this is a huge box, as you can see. This is the big boy. So yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. And yes, for those of you wondering, that is Korean on the tape because for those of you who have been on the channel, you already know I am living in Korea right now. But for those of you who may be first timers, I'm living in South Korea right now. So we went to a physical store and we got the Cintiq Pro 24, but we also invested in the Ergo stand, whatever it is. But they cannot come out and install the stand for another week or two. So we're gonna open up the actual monitor first. And then we'll get the stand later. So I may do a video later on the stand itself and maybe review it, something, I don't know. But yeah, we went to a little store in downtown Seoul. We live in Incheon. So it was about, how long of a drive, Ki? How long of a drive from here to Hongdae? About 45 minutes. I've got the top of the main box open. I'm going to tilt it down ever so slightly. Might be dangerous and stupid. And on the inside is another box with a handle, and I'm assuming that is what the monitor itself is kept in. Oh. Working on the floor? Yeah. On the actual physical floor? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Wow. Oh, thanks. You're the best. Okay, box within a box. It's got two little flappies here on the, oh, I think this opens like a suitcase. Okay. All right, how do I want to do this? So the top part has all of like the little pieces, the pen, the USB cords, the remote control. I'm going to actually grab the camera. Here is what I have opened currently, and as you can see, it opened up like a briefcase. But now I'm wondering if I really should have probably done it top down, because if you open up this paper flappy, all of these special pieces are on the inside. You've got the pen, the remote control. This is the pen case and also the nib holder. It opens. I believe this goes either on top of the pen holder. I don't know. I'm gonna have to read directions. Let's see. Looks like we have some cables. This is a USB cable, smaller cable. Yeah, lots of wires and stuff in the first part. Whoever did design the packaging for this did a solid job because it is very sturdy. It doesn't shift in the box. There's not a lot of wiggle room in the box between the foam and actual like the size of the monitor. It's really, really well designed. I'm gonna slide this out. Back up this way. Ooh, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, back. And now the reveal. Here you go. It's the monitor. The big cloud boy himself. Ugh. So as I was setting the monitor aside to get rid of the box, it looks like at the very bottom of the box, we have another very similar styrofoam style of packaging for 2 more cords. And this looks like the actual adapter and power cables in the bottom of this box. So I'll kind of flip it so you can see. They have pictures to show you what each is, which I think is really useful and cool of them to do. I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. So when we were selecting our, our choice of tablet, we kind of had 3 different screen options. So the first option was very similar to like a phone screen, really shiny, hard to draw on, and hard for the pen to follow. The second option was slightly more matte and responsive. And then the third had like a super paper textured feel to it, which I kind of liked, but the problem is that screen type wears down the pen nib a lot faster than the other 2. So I kind of went with the middle ground. I liked how it felt a lot better when I tested it in store. So that's what we did. And I'm honestly just gonna peel that open. I'm now ready. I'm ready. Ta-da! It's big, it's beautiful, it's incredible. What I love about this monitor not only is the size of it, because when I draw, I use a lot of my arm. So my hand touches the screen, part of my arm does if I'm really trying to get into a detail point. So I love how much space this has. Also, I like how many ports this has. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 USB ports. Has a headphone jack. It also has an SD card slot on the side. And on the back, it has little feet, so that if you don't want to invest in the ergo stand, it can still kind of prop up on your table, which I think is really nice. Now on the side, you can kind of see, we got 2 USB ports here, the SD card slot, power button here on the side. I think these are just the vents for if it overheats or gets too hot. I believe that is the microphone right here, this little guy. And then we have, as I mentioned, 2 more USBs, headphone jack on this side. I personally went without the touch option because you can program that onto the remote, and it was an additional, I think, $500 or something whack. And I was like, no sir, no ma'am, we're already spending a lot of money on the stand and the monitor itself. So we went with the non-touch option. I'm gonna try and start getting this set up with the wires and cables. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight, but maybe later I'm going to try and see if I can connect it so that I can kind of have a dual monitor situation. As my husband was helping me unbox, he was going through the adapters, and I thought it was so cool. I've never seen a company do this, maybe because I've never bought a professional piece of hardware before. But if you look here, they have adapters for different countries. So like this is a European adapter here. This is a North American adapter, which is awesome. And then I've got my Korean adapter right here. So thoughtful, because I was really worried eventually when I go back to the States and want to bring this with me, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to buy another probably $100 to $200 adapter, but I don't have to. And I think that's very useful and very cool. Right, so for now, this is kind of the setup that I have for it. I'm gonna put it on this desk, and I'm hoping that I can connect it to my Surface Pro right here eventually. I don't know if you guys like this part of things, but I was about to start ripping all of these little like peelies off. And then I was like, some people like the peelies. Some people like to hear the peelies. Should I get real close? I feel like I should get real close. Oh, that wasn't cute at all. Gosh, I would never be a good ASMR artist. I believe it's magnetic, so it just kind of goes wherever you want it to on the frame, which is really cool too. Next is the actual pen holder. This is a lot heavier than I thought it was. It's tiny, but it's heavy. Maybe this will give us more of the ASMR feel. Here we go. Listen to the peelings. No, not exciting either. Not cute, not relaxing, stressful, in fact. So when you want to turn it to get the new pen nib, you open it clockwise. I'm sorry, counterclockwise. I know how a clock works. I'm gonna feel so stupid if I can't get this open. Oh, there we go. You kind of press it in between your palms and just like, cha, rotate your palms, cha. And then just lift. And there you are, they're all your nibs. So these ones, the black ones here, are the standard nib. And then the white ones, I believe, have a little more like a rough texture to them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when the gentleman was explaining in Korean in the store, that's what I could pick up. Next, shall we open the beauty, the essential tool? These are not peelies, by the way. These are glued on things, so no matter what I do, they're not relaxing. Oh, this one's a peelie. I was wrong. Okay, here we go. Shh. This is the moment I've been waiting for the past two. Ooh, this is so light. Holy cow. So this is my Microsoft Surface Pro pen, and it's really sleek. But the problem is I have big man hands, and my knuckles are also very big. So my hand slides on this pen a lot. This feels a lot more natural for me, and it's easier for me to grip onto. And this is kind of like a soft silicone grip. This is the HDMI. So I cannot use this for my computer because my Surface Pro does not have an HDMI port on it. So this one I think is going to be useless for this monitor. I don't know why I would need this. It's like a phone charger. And I'm sure the instruction manual has everything. I know. Ren, if you just read the manual, you'd know what's going on. You know what? Mind your biz. Try it. Real hard. Ooh. This is a cool manual. Okay. And here's why I like this. So first of all, this is printed on like a cardstock paper. It's really thick. And I love that because I cannot tell you how much I hate those flimsy paper instructions that fold in a million different directions and you're just trying to find one picture. And when you try to close it, it's useless at that point. I love this. It's accordion. It flips right back to where you need it to go. This is genius. It's a regulatory statement. Radiation exposure. Oh my God, okay. My God, it has a little paragraph on here that says FCC radiation exposure statement. Excuse me? This equipment has very low levels of RF energy that are deemed to comply without testing of specific absorption ratio. Learn something new every day. God, this is so nervous. Loving me with science. Oh my God, it doesn't slide. It's not like we pull down and lifting up. Oh, this one? Oh, goes in where? There. Moment of truth. It's turning on! Please. Okay. Please, God, let this work. Okay. So I just plugged it into my Surface Pro. It hasn't done anything yet. My computer rejecting it. Says there's no signal. So my Surface Pro is beeping a lot, but it's not giving me any notifications telling me what's going on. I don't really know what's going on. So I'm going to search and I'll be back.
2,000 years later.
Hello. It is the next day. It took us forever to figure out why the Wacom was not connecting and working. The only USB that we had found was a A-type. And A-type is not compatible for display. Thank goodness for my husband, because he found a way to connect the USB port to the computer and then also set up a display port specifically using 2 different cords that they had provided in the box that were completely unlabeled and unmentioned. We were up until about 1:30 in the morning getting it set up. But it's here now, it works, it is connected. So this was the USB, and then this one here with the 2 is the display port. So let's turn on the Surface Pro first. It should show up on here pretty quick. Okay, she works. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but she is alive and working. Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, so as you can see here, we have everything connected. I already installed the driver, so it is working with the pen. So if I tap on Photoshop here, it should open up. All right, so I went ahead and opened up a document that I've been working on in Photoshop so we can kind of play around with the settings. As you can see here, my Cintiq is connected. EK remote, on-screen control settings. So I'm going to change because I think it would be easier for me to have zoom in here and zoom in out on the second one. So we're going to change that. I'm going to pull up the remote so you can see. If I tap that button, it does zoom in. Tap here, zooms out. Now you know how to format your controls on the tablet remote. Up here on the very top are the settings, dual screen. I'm not quite sure what this is. Okay, display settings, cool. What is this? Keyboard, cool. I don't need the keyboard right now. This is the settings that I just had up. And this is dual screen option. So there we have it. Now the actual setup for the Cintiq was really, really easy. All you had to do is go to Wacom's website, wacom.com/start, and then you typed in your specific Cintiq model, and it would come up with the downloadable version for whatever computer you're using. All in all, it was a bit of a struggle to get this to where we needed it to be. I'm excited to get some drawings in. We'll do some recording, hopefully in the next few weeks, because I have a lot of sketches to do and a project that is for now a secret, but will be released with the first video that I do. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like. Let me know in the comments how you think I did. It's my first unboxing, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with what I feel like is best and trying to give as much information as possible. If there's something you'd like to see me discuss in another video about the Wacom tablet itself, any settings or how to do something, please also let me know in the comments about that, because when I get the Ergo stand, I'm going to be doing another video specifically on the stand and how to use it and manipulate it. Also, if you just want to leave a comment on something you'd like to see me draw in the future, please also do that. I love to hear recommendations, suggestions, ideas from y'all. I like being engaged with my audience. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I hope you all have a magical day, and I will see you real soon. Bye for now.